What's going on, YouTubers? It is your boy Dalyxman and a new beanie today. The Hulkamania beanie is hanging up. Today we're debuting the Barack Obama beanie. Now I'm pretty sure by wearing this I'm already getting some heat for this video, but welcome to another edition of my Q&A on Friday, not Wednesday. Gonna work on it, give me some time. But as always, I answer your questions in under 15 minutes. If you want me to answer your questions, please like me on Facebook. And when I post the status asking for questions, ask it. And if you're lucky, you will have it answered in a future edition. So let's get started. What did you not like about the Attitude Era? Ooh. Well, there were a couple of storylines I wasn't into, and a few characters I was just like, eh. The Mark Henry and Mae Young storyline, I just never got into that one at all. Yeah, I know the Dudley Boys powerbombed her through a table, and the whole stuff with her giving birth to a hand was just the icing on the cake that made me go, no. I wasn't a fan of the Al Snow and Big Boss Man feud where they had dogs outside the cage. I didn't like that. And there were other storylines that just kind of made me go, meh. The whole median running around naked, I never got that. Just never did. I guess that's all I can really say about it, other than a few storylines I didn't like and a few characters I never got into. The rest of it was just awesome to me. You have to remember, my experience of the Attitude Era came from me being an 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old guy, kid, boy. So I was easy to impress then, and I have a special connection with that type of era. So of course, I'm gonna put it on a high pedestal, like you would if you grew up in a certain era. And I don't blame you for that. But to answer your question, a couple of storylines I didn't like. Besides Brock versus Roman, what other WWE World Title matches have had the worst build-up? That I've seen, that I know about. I've heard that Bam Bam Bigelow versus what's his name from what was his name? Lawrence Taylor? Excuse me. From WrestleMania 11. Yes, 11. Yeah. I'm gonna go with that. If I'm wrong, let me know. I think I got it right. That had a bad build-up. I was gonna say Triple H and Randy Orton, but no, that match had an awesome build-up. The match just sucked. I can't remember, or either I don't know, of a main event that just had terrible build-up. I hear from people that the main event of WrestleMania 13 was a terrible build. I wasn't born during that time. I don't know. I didn't go back and watch it. I haven't gone back and watched any of the 1993 to 1996, 1995 Raws or anything like that because that era sucked. I steer away from eras that suck. I'm not going to go watch it purposely to make myself bored, to torture myself, so I can do a video on it that you won't even watch. Let's be real. So, if there is a build-up in a WrestleMania main event that wasn't all that good, I don't know of one except for the Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow match. So that's all I got to say. What is your favorite WWE or TNA Superstar theme song? Wow, theme song? Dude, I can't name one. I have too many. I mean, I love The Rock's theme, I love Mick Foley's theme, I love Austin's theme, I love Kurt Angle's theme, I love Chyna's theme. I love Triple H's themes. Both of his themes. Shawn Michaels' theme. I love Daniel Bryan's theme. I love Finn Balor's theme. I can't answer this question, man. You're going to have to put a gun to my head to make me pick one. But if you're going to put a gun to my head, I guess I'll go with Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme, most likely. Okay, because that one is just iconic to me. Although, Hulk Hogan's theme is awesome. Oh, see, I can't answer this question. Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, okay. Austin. There. Answering your question right now. Stone Cold Steve Austin, just to answer your question, because I'm going to be stuck on this if I don't answer it. When do you think Seth Rollins will cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase? It won't be at WrestleMania. You want to know why? Because everyone and their mamas is predicting it to be at WrestleMania. So he's not going to do it at WrestleMania. He'll most likely do it on Raw the very next night, or in a different fashion. Now, whenever he does it, he better do it before June, because when June hits, it will no longer exist. Just saying. Or it will cease to be relevant. He'll have to win another championship contract match. Where do you see Daniel Bryan booked for SummerSlam? Championship for the World Championship, or somewhere in the mid-cards? I would have to think. I want to say World Championship. I think at this point in time, they might have to just push him back to the main event around that time. Sure, he might win the IC Championship, but the more you think about it, the fans will eventually force the WWE's hands. I've said it before, Daniel Bryan is the Stone Cold Steve Austin of this generation. He is the most over. I think eventually they will cave, and they will push him to the main event. It won't be for WrestleMania. I think they're dead set on giving that opportunity to Roman Reigns, and there's nothing we can do about that. But I think down the line, they'll give it to Daniel Bryan again. They kind of had to, if they don't want to piss off their audience. What was the best WWE pay-per-view of the 2000s? It's a tie between Fully Loaded or SummerSlam. Those two shows were boss, and I mean boss. SummerSlam 2000 is one of my favorites. That's the SummerSlam where you had Kurt Angle, Triple H, and Rock in the main event. I think Fully Loaded. That's not the one with Chris Benoit, is it? I think that's the one with Chris Benoit and The Rock. I'm gonna go with that. But you know, it's those two shows that I think of the most when it comes to being the best pay-per-views of 2000. Now, I'm probably missing something. I'm probably missing one show. People don't talk about Backlash 2000. I thought that was a very underrated show. Because that's a show that Rock won the championship on. And I don't know. I just really like that show. Anyways, if there was a singles match between D-Bry and DZ, Dolph Ziggler, will happen this WrestleMania. If it happened at WrestleMania, I'm trying to put his words together. If it happened at WrestleMania, who do you think will win? I would go with Ziggler, because I think Ziggler would use the victory more than Bryan would. Bryan beating Ziggler, of course. Ziggler beating Bryan, whoa, brother, would be awesome. Do you think Bray Wyatt's match with The Undertaker could make or break him? Yeah, I think this is a must-win situation for Bray Wyatt. Him losing will not make him look good, and it will do nothing for Undertaker. And what good of a position would Bray Wyatt be in if he was to go around now being a guy that, let's be real, talks a big game, but can't back it up. You know, he hasn't beaten people like Taker, or he's beaten Cena, but hasn't gotten anything big over Cena. Hasn't fought a Triple H, a Sting, and hasn't beaten them. And if you can't beat Taker, I don't see you beating those guys either way. So, you know, it doesn't help his credibility if he doesn't beat Taker. And Taker's not going to be here much longer. Bray Wyatt needs to win this. And that's all I'm going to say. First off, I would like to congratulate you on your graduation. Thank you very much. Second, I would like to know your thoughts on the new Dragon Ball Z trailer and the new Attack on Titan teaser trailer. Finally, will you watch the whole main event of WrestleMania? Okay, so I'm assuming you mean the DBZ Frieza trailer that's currently coming out. I've only seen, not the new one, but the first one that came out. Resurrection of F. Is that what it's called? Again, I had to go back and do some research. This is kind of just hitting me. But I liked it. I mean, I always loved Frieza. I felt he was one of the best villains in DBZ history. So, cool. I'm happy he's back. I haven't seen the Attack on Titan teaser trailer. I'll have to look at that. I know it's awesome because I love Attack on Titan. And yes, I will watch the entire main event of WrestleMania just to see the crowd crap on it and to really see if these guys can pull it off. Don't see it happening, but they can prove me wrong. Do you watch the Pokemon anime? I used to when I was like 8 years old. When it stopped being 151, I stopped caring. Well, I did watch some of Johto. I never watched the Pokemon Advance stuff or anything afterwards. I think Battle Frontier and I don't know what they are now. Is it X and Y? I haven't watched any of that. So past Brock and Misty, I don't know. I have no recollection of Pokemon, how many badges Ash won, who he beat. I'm pretty sure he still has Pikachu. That's how much I'm out of touch when it comes to Pokemon. So I'm not going to pretend I know what I'm talking about, but I haven't really watched it all that much. Favorite season of Pokemon? I guess Orange Islands. I don't know. I'm just gonna say that. When was the season that he fought Gary and beat him? I did tune into that episode. That was a very awesome episode. And to me, that should have been the end of his arc. I feel like Ash has lost too many tournaments already, and it kind of makes him not as credible as a trainer. But, okay, this is a wrestling Q&A. Well, not really a wrestling Q&A, but you want to hear some wrestling questions. Let's go ahead and move on. Favorite NXT theme? Finn Balor's theme. Catching Your Breath. Awesome stuff. Or is it Catch Your Breath? I'm going to assume it's Catch Your Breath. See? How would you fix the main event with adding or removing people from the match? You can't fix it. And I'm serious about that. You can't fix this. You can add Daniel Bryan. You can add multiple people to the match. You can add Seth Rollins with Daniel Bryan, with Dolph Ziggler, make it a scramble match. It's not going to fix it. I think fans have made up their minds that no matter what the WWE does, they are going to boo and crap on this match. And that's just the position the WWE put themselves into. That's the truth. If you could say anything to Vince McMahon's face right now, what would you say? You're out of touch, old man. Get yourself together. That's what I would say. Favorite match of Lucha Underground? Okay, ooh. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna choose the recent main event from this previous episode. Fenix versus Mil Muertes and that casket match. I don't know the real name of it. I can't recall it. It's just a casket match. That was an awesome match. It was brutal. There was blood. It was high flying. It had everything I want. Not only in a main event match, but in a casket match. Period. It was awesome. And here's the thing with Lucha Underground. This show is so good. It is constantly topping itself. I can't promise you that if this question was to come earlier, I would have given you the same answer. Because the Aztec War match was awesome. I love the match between Fenix and Puma, Puma and Cage. I love the cage match we had last week, the steel cage match with Johnny Muto. And who did he face? I forgot. It was just an awesome cage match. You know, it was awesome. But every single week, I have a favorite, and then I have a new favorite. And my new favorite this week is Fenix versus Mil Muertes. Next week, it might be Puma versus Cage. I cannot promise you it will stay the same. I think this casket match might reign supreme for a while, because it was that awesome. But for this video, Fenix versus Mil Muertes. That, to me, is my favorite match in Lucha Underground. As of this video. That might change. It is subject to change. Please. But, yeah. Go watch this previous main event, though. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. There are people that I know that are calling that casket match one of the best casket matches ever. Ever. Period. Yes. Better than any of the Undertaker matches in WWE. It is that good. One of my favorite YouTubers on here to watch, NYG for Life 123, put it over as the best casket match ever. So I might have to agree with them. I might have to go back and watch all the casket matches that I have seen and compare it. And honestly, I don't think there is a comparison. That's just my opinion. So yes, go watch it if you have not seen it. I'm going to cut it off right here, guys, so I will catch you next week for my Q&A. Again, like my Facebook page if you want me to answer a future question. So, this is your boy, Dalyxman, signing off.